The Tekken 8 situation got even worse. Players have started a boycott petition, almost 6,000 so far. Large YouTubers are dropping the game, along with many regular players too. People are calling them Tekken refugees because they're moving to other fighting games right now. Even developers are blocking streamers on social media. As mentioned earlier, it got worse. I've got no clue how, but it did. My last video on this drama did much better than I expected, but can lightning strike twice? Let's give it a shot. Because this Tekken situation just keeps getting more interesting. In fact, this whole debacle might be history in the making. The fighting game community will look back on this drama years from now and think that was the wildest time to be a Tekken fan. Which is why I want to talk about it one last time. Leave a like down below to help save Tekken. Will the developers listen to the fans, or will they continue to double down? First up, I want to talk about the boycott because it's growing every day. When I wrote this script a couple days ago, it was sitting at 3,000 players, but now it's approaching 6,000 players, which is a bigger deal than you might think because this petition actually tracks the players. That's right, if they turn on Tekken 8, this petition knows and removes them from the list. Or in other words, every single person on this list has committed to not playing Tekken 8. It's more than just a regular petition. It's a legit boycott. If you scroll down to the bottom, it talks all about this, and if you click on the player's name, it tells you their stats. Because once again, this petition is linked into their actual Tekken 8 account, meaning it knows the last time they played, along with how often they played certain characters, all that incredible stuff. Just look at this guy, Wavuwank, a fellow Asuka main like myself. We gotta stick together. But look at the stats. This is super interesting. It's way more than a regular petition. It actually tracks game data and verifies if you've played the game, which I find really interesting. Now with that said, some people were memeing and pretending to be pro players. In other words, they wanted it to seem like pro players were on this petition as well, which I'm sure some pro players are, but my point is some players were joking by pretending to be a pro player and then signing this petition, which proves there's always two types of people. People who take things seriously and people that want to watch the world burn and smile the whole time. I've never seen this happen for a fighting game, a boycott of this magnitude, but I think Eris himself said it best.
Let me guess, he was ranting for 25 minutes and then, okay, now let's log in and play ranked. Dude, this is like psychopath behavior. If you don't like something, you leave a bad review and you turn it off. That's it. I want to show the devs that this sucks, so you turn it off. Bad review, don't play it. That's it.
There you have it, straight from Hagrid himself, possibly the wisest gamer on the planet. If you want something fixed, then don't continue supporting the thing, which is why this boycott grows every day. Many casual and pro players alike are leaving Tekken 8. But speaking of pro players, they are the ones most affected by this new update. Many of them have outright said competitive Tekken 8 is done right now. That's how ridiculous the update is. It turns Tekken 8 into a casino game, right? Tons of guessing and you win the lottery. Way less skill involved and just way more forcing your gimmicks and just hoping for the best. Fingers crossed, baby. And that's because many characters in the game can now force you into a situation where you have to guess. There's not really any safe way out of that situation, which is not how Tekken is supposed to be. It's a 3D fighting game where you can sidestep, you can duck, you can armor through, all these different options to escape the opponent's offense, but after season 2, you kinda just have to deal with the mix-ups, which led to the boycott and the Tekken refugees. Just check out this amazing clip from Brian F.
Oh shit, even main man SWE is being a Tekken refugee. Listen, brother, if the whole reason Tekken players are trying to jump ship is because they are tired of having forced mix-ups with 50-50s, you're gonna find no peace in these streets, my man. They just turned your game into Street Fighter 6. Here we go. Bonchan, please demonstrate. Please demonstrate what I mean. Please demonstrate exactly what I mean. Please, thank you. Case in point.
Honestly, the man brings up a good point. If you hate forced 50-50s, where can you really run to right now? Because Lord knows Mortal Kombat 1 has tons of 50-50s. Forward throw and back throw lead to full combos, overhead low mix-ups for days, all of them lead into full combos. Then you have Street Fighter 6 with the drive rush that guarantees pressure and forces a mix-up too. There's throw loops in the corner, all that incredible stuff. Where are these players supposed to run to? Guilty Gear Strive?
Let me sell Guilty Gear to Tekken players. Ready? I have the perfect sell. If you get hit, you could combo breaker them and send them full screen. That's not hype? There you go. You know what Tekken doesn't have? Burst. You can't burst Jack 8. I could burst Goldlist one time. Not only that, but you won't die to Oki because you break the wall like Tekken and you go back to neutral. Street Fighter, you can't break the wall. That game's bullshit. In Street Fighter, they throw you, and then they throw you again. But in Guilty Gear, they throw you, and they hit you, and then the wall's broken. You go back to neutral. Join us. Come. I'll welcome all of you.
Honestly, yeah, for anyone who hasn't given Guilty Gear Strive a chance, I recommend checking it out today, especially if you're a Tekken refugee. It's a pretty fun game. But next up, let's talk about developers blocking Tekken streamers on Twitter. That's right, as mentioned earlier, certain Tekken developers have started blocking large content creators for criticizing the game, which might have you wondering what crazy nonsense they must have said to get banned, right? But here's the twist, the comments have been completely fair and civil. That's right, nothing crazy was said at all, and yet they still got bonked with the ban hammer. In other words, particular Tekken devs are banning large creators for simply criticizing the new update and nothing more. One of the first examples of this going viral was Mrs. Play Stuff, a pretty popular Tekken 8 streamer with a great sense of humor who loves to meme. If anybody watching wants a good laugh, I recommend checking out her streams, even just the clips, because she's hilarious. Even on Twitter, she's hilarious with all these daily memes. But alright, the banning, check this out. Well, at least I know my opinions were seen. Also, people are allowed to block whomever they want, but it's still a pity for me. I thought I was able to express myself in a way that was criticizing the game and not a person on the team. And look at that, Michael Murray has blocked her on Twitter. And according to Moonsault Slayer on YouTube, the banning has not stopped. People are still getting blocked by Tekken developers. If you're a large content creator who's criticizing the game, you may have already been blocked. People on Reddit are covering this, people on Twitter are covering this. Thankfully, I haven't been blocked yet, but then again, I've only made one video. After this video, who knows what's gonna happen to me. For anyone wondering which tweet got Mrs. Play Stuff banned, here it is on screen. Please stop victimizing the game like it's a person with feelings. It's a product that's there for our enjoyment. We are customers who paid for a game that changed for the worse. If we don't like the direction, we are allowed to give negative reviews on it, just like you're also allowed to like it and give it a positive review. Reminder, this is not you going to the devs harassing them and saying kill yourself, etc. I'm not for that at all. But you are totally allowed to criticize their actions too, as well as you can praise them if you think they did a good job instead. I kinda thought this spoke for itself, but you know this is Twitter and a crazy battlefield. So essentially, she said the game is bad and we're allowed to criticize it. Tekken does not have feelings, we can be mean to it all we want. Don't go after developers or harass people, but we can criticize the game all we want. Because we paid for it, we're the customers, and if we don't like this product changing, we're allowed to make our voices heard. Which is honestly a fair take and a truth of reality too. If you paid for something and that product changes in a negative way, you're allowed to get mad about it. You're allowed to criticize the changes and make your voice heard. And like she also said, if people are harassing the developer directly, then yes, you have every right to block them. But she didn't do that, and yet she's blocked, along with more content creators every day apparently. So there you have it everyone, the Tekken 8 situation has gotten even worse. There's a boycott that grows larger every day and is actively tracking players in the game. Then you have large YouTubers and streamers dropping the game altogether, along with many casual players known as the Tekken refugees. And finally, some developers are actively blocking large creators that criticize the game. Once again, I've never seen anything like this in my 2+ decades of following the fighting game community. It's a wild time in history to be sure. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this entire Tekken 8 debacle. Grab that keyboard and make your voices heard, because in case you're new to this channel, I read each and every comment and I want to know your thoughts on this whole situation. Honestly, I'm still shook from Tekken developers deleting YouTube channels over Tekken 8 mods. That's right, certain modders for Tekken 8 had their entire YouTube channels taken down because they were using specific costumes with their mods that weren't available yet and would eventually be put in the Tekken store. But first off, the costumes weren't in the game yet, so the modders weren't trying to find a free way to wear these costumes without having to use the Tekken shop. They had no clue these costumes would be there to begin with. And yet, they still got their channels deleted for showing these costume mods, which is just crazy. Because why not just ban the mods? You do have the power to do that as a developer, or just suspend the player's account if you have to, but at least wait until the costumes are in the store. For the record, I don't think any of this is necessary because mods are never gonna make a big cut into your bottom line. They're just not. You're still gonna make tons of money off the Tekken store. But okay, I just wanted to mention that because it's been months and it's been bothering me this whole time, but I was busy covering content for other fighting games and forgot. I wanted to talk about it now. But also, if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like down below. It really does help my videos out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs. And yes, that voice crack was on purpose.